I owe you an apology, truly. I'm sorry. I feel guilty for taking up space on your YouTube homepage right now. I'm sorry that the algorithm brought you here, and I'm sorry that I'm taking up your time with my voice. This video probably shouldn't even exist, but that's exactly why it has to. Because for the last 12 months, I've been apologizing with my silence. I didn't share a single bite for a whole year because I was paralyzed by a single terrifying thought. If this video isn't perfect, I don't have the right to take up your space. My analysis paralysis wasn't just indecision, it was a preemptive apology to the world for not being flawless yet. I felt like an intruder in my own creative process. We call this politeness. We think we're being well-mannered, considerate, or soft-spoken. But let's be honest with each other for a second. Is it politeness, or is it a survival strategy? If this feels familiar, let me show you what's actually happening. Think about the last time you were at a restaurant and the waiter brought you the wrong order. You didn't just point it out. You offered a shy, defensive smile as if the mistake was somehow your fault. You apologize for noticing it. Or think about the elevator. You step inside, and there are 3 other people. You immediately feel a strange, heavy pressure to apologize just for occupying 3-dimensional space. You shrink your shoulders, sizeless, weightless, invisible. I call this the invisibility tax. It's the constant draining price we pay for the crime of being seen. We try to buy our safety with sorries. We hope that if we apologize enough for existing, the world might let us stay. But here's where it gets weird. Your brain isn't trying to be nice, it's trying not to die. When you feel that sudden, sharp urge to apologize for something you didn't do, your amygdala is firing like a siren. It perceives visibility as a direct threat. In the wild, being noticed by the wrong person meant becoming prey. In the modern world, being noticed means risking social exclusion. Neuroscience shows us that social rejection isn't just a feeling. It activates the anterior cingulate cortex, the same part of your brain that processes physical pain. To your nervous system, a judgmental look from a stranger feels exactly like a broken bone. So you fawn. That's the technical term. It's the 4th survival response we don't talk about enough. Beyond fight, flight, or freeze, there is appease. You surrender before the battle even starts. You apologize to the chair you bumped into. You apologize to the person who stepped on your foot. Sorry, I was in your way. No, you weren't. You were just there. Watch what happens when you open your email. You're just doing your job. You're sending a report that was requested. But your fingers move faster than your logic. I'm so sorry to bother you, but here's the file. Why? Why is providing value a bother? By lead-loading your sentences with apologies, you aren't being polite. You are training the world to see you as a nuisance. It's a paradox. We apologize to avoid conflict, but we end up creating a different kind of friction. We create a social debt that never gets paid off. We become a person who is always in arrears, always trying to compensate for the sin of taking up a few square inches of the planet. Let me show you the difference between politeness and submission. Politeness is a choice made from a position of strength. Submission is a reflex made from a position of fear. One builds bridges, the other builds cages. I realized recently that I had shrunk myself so much that I was a guest in my own life. I was living on the edges of the room, waiting for permission to speak, to eat, to be. I was a professional intruder. Knowing this doesn't fix it. It just makes the absurdity less personal. Understanding the Fawn response doesn't stop the heart palpitations, but it gives you a second of breathing room before the sorry escapes your lips. So, here's the experiment, just for today. When you feel that familiar itchy urge to apologize for something that isn't a crime, don't. Replace the sorry with a thank you. Instead of sorry I'm late, try thank you for waiting for me. Instead of sorry for talking so much, try thank you for listening to me. It shifts the energy from your debt to their generosity. It claims the space back. It's terrifying. That silence where the apology used to be feels like a vacuum. You'll feel exposed. You'll feel like an imposter. But stay in that silence. That is the boundary of your existence. You have a right to be in that elevator. You have a right to send that email. You have a right to occupy the several gigabytes of data this video is taking up on a server somewhere. I'm not going to apologize for making you watch this until the end. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we're both here, taking up space together. You don't owe the world an apology for being alive. You really don't.